Hello again, everyone. This is Nathaniel Gibson bringing to you my MPA 594 Week 6 Multimedia Discussion Board. As a brief overview for today's presentation, I will be taking a look at 4 specific theories, 2 to apply to general public administration and 2 to apply to public service management and leadership. And for the GPA concepts, I will be using Graham Allison's comparison and contrast of public and private sectors. And then for public service management and leadership, I will be taking a look at a change context and how that is approached by a public sector manager. So moving on now to GPA and the concept of duty-based ethics. This arises from our legal and ethical issues class, and it's the idea of surrounding the public service mindset and motivation. And Appleby and Allison and a few other theorists were important contributors to the fact that as administrators, we have to have a duty-based mindset, one that's self-sacrificing and willing to put everything on the line for their community. This also is derived from deontological ethics, which was first explored by Immanuel Kant. And it's not the same as utilitarianism. That is focused on how the outcomes justify the means or ways to achieve that outcome, while deontological ethics focuses on the duties and obligations that make that decision, that go into it. And it's important to justify between the two because the end and outcomes may not always justify the means for something. Next concept to take a look at is the merit and merit light systems. And of course, where does this come from? Of course, the Pendleton Act. In James Berman's and Bowman's book, Human Resources Management, it really takes a look and dives into the concept of merit and what goes into staffing and preparing a government administration to be ready to serve its public. And there are two types of merit-based decision-making that goes into staffing. Wharton, Bowman, and Berman said. There's merit, full merit, which, just like the Pendleton Act, takes into account ideological differences and making sure that people have the technical expertise into going into the position that they're being considered for, while merit light systems allow for managers to have considerably more discretion and decision-making in considering different types of individuals for specific positions. So moving on now to public service management and leadership, we take a look at Katz and Kahn, but from a different perspective than their important contributions to open systems theory. They also had important work that detailed what it takes to motivate employees. And breaking it down, they did it into 4 main motivating factors: legal compliance, instrumental rewards, job identification, and goal congruence. And this is important to have as a leader, especially in a change situation in public administration, because if you're not able to find the different factors that motivate your employees, then the change process for you as a manager is not going to go over well, and you're not going to have the support of your employees, most importantly. For the final public service management and leadership concept, let's take a look at behaviors that are crucially important to leadership within an organization and change. And taking a look first at task-oriented behaviors, things such as operations planning, delegating, problem solving, and then people-oriented behaviors. So motivating, building and managing teams, making sure your employees are built up strong and have what they need to succeed. And then also organizational oriented behaviors, So making sure you're always stating and sharing the mission and goals of the organization. Decision making, making sure that you're planning and doing extensive research into everything that you need to do and having everything that you need to make sure your decisions do not negatively impact the organization as a whole. And these are very important behaviors that I believe every manager should be very balanced in, especially when it comes to change, because organizations going through change are in a very difficult position, and they need to make sure that they are balanced in how they treat their employees and the change context itself. Well, thank you for making it to the end, everyone, and watching. I really look forward to discussing and learning from each of the theories that you guys pull in this week as well. We're almost there. We're almost to the finish line. Praying for you all and hoping to see you all soon at commencement.